Hello, welcome to my channel. This is the channel if you want to learn how to do yoga, to stretch, to breathe, to balance, to get stronger, to learn all sorts of things that you didn't know that you could do. This is the channel. So don't forget to like and subscribe so others can find me. But let's get on with our practice today. So chin to the right knee, exhale, and then change. So today we're going to be looking biomechanically at our postures, or particularly our lower limb muscles, just so maybe we can understand more about them. Don't have to remember all their names and everything, but we might understand what they do, how to stretch them, how to strengthen them, so that if we have any particular issues, we can maybe utilize our own sort of practice based on what we know. Okay, so same sort of postures, but a bit more information, a bit more specifics about the last one. Bring both knees in and have a rock side to side. Good. See if we can take the arms over the head. Breathe in, and as we breathe out, heels to ceiling. Breathe in, and then heels to ceiling. How lovely to not only hear the birds singing like we did the other week, but also just to be out with the birds in their world. I can see a few actually in the tree above me. Now the next time we straighten the knees, can we stay? So we want to have the pelvis down, and we want this perpendicular line here, really, ankles to hips, making right angles. And then can we turn the feet in, toes in, and then heels together, toes out. So really we're turning from the hips, we're turning in, turning out, turning in, turning out, using some of our hip rotators. So at the moment we're doing this from the hips, so keep the knees straight, and then see if you can bend the knees, raise the arms, and just hug the knees into the chest for a moment. Good. Okay, so let's have the feet on the floor. What we're going to do is hold the back of the right thigh, so we've got right angles at the knee now. Now this is from the knee, we're turning the foot and leg in, foot and leg out. Okay, so we're not moving the thigh, we're not doing that. We're holding the thigh if there's movement. We're just trying to turn in and out from the knee. Okay, because you can get this movement from your knee, when your knee's bent. Okay, now we're going to turn the foot in and the leg bone in, and just hold the knee over the hip and slowly straighten the knee, trying to get the heel over the hip, that perpendicular again. Okay, and I'll tell you why we're doing this in a moment. Really straight and then bend. So roll the foot in and really straighten and bend. Okay, so hamstrings, there are 3 of them. We've got semitendinosus, semimembranosus, biceps femoris. And the 2 that we're stretching here, semitendinosus, semimembranosus, are on the inner part of the leg. They cross the knee, which is why we're straightening the knee. So let's see if we can do the other side. So we're holding the back of the thigh, right angles at the knee. Roll the foot in fact roll in, roll out, just so we can get that movement. Remember, the thigh doesn't move, it's coming from the leg. Foot's in, and we're just straightening the knee, trying to straighten completely and bend. Okay, so that might be really hard. You might be struggling with that. Just trying to do what we can. Roll in and straighten and release. Good, so go slowly and bend and turn in and bend and release. Good. Give the legs a bit of a shake out, let them relax. Okay, so can we straighten the right knee, straight up and bend. So heels above the hip, knee straight. We're stretching both now, so biceps femoris down the outside. In the side we've got tendinosus, membranosus. Stretching them both now. But the thing is, they both cross the knee. Well, not both, 3 of them, they cross the knee. Okay, which is why we've got to straighten the knee to fully lengthen the hamstring. Okay, otherwise we're shortchanging ourselves. Now hold this time, and if you're really struggling, hold the thigh. But remember, not that, it's here, heel above hip. Okay, so correct alignment, and circle the foot round the ankle. And can we change direction? And then do toes up in breath, heel on the out breath. And then can we hold back of the thigh, or maybe we can hold back of the calf, but remember straight knee. And then maybe slide the other heel away now. Abdominals tight, try and lift. And then slowly come down. Keep the lower knee really straight. And then lift. And slowly down. Can we lift? And slowly down. Last time, lift. As you come down, bring your thigh towards you. Breathe in, breathe out. Stretching all 3 now. Breathe, straighten the knee, keep the pelvis down. And release. Give the legs a bit of a shake out. Let's relax. Good. So I'm just laughing because I can see Daisy doing her yoga on the other side of the camera. She's just rolling around. Anyway, let's do the other side. So left knee straightening and bending. So remember before we were trying to get this perpendicular line, heel above hip. Okay, hamstrings might be tight, but we're doing our best. Straighten them just for a second and then release. Good. Straighten and release. Next time, can we hold? And we're just circling the foot around the ankle, freeing up tightness or stiffness, and then changing direction. Toes up in breath, heel on the out breath. And then can we hold back of the thigh, back of the calf muscles, maybe try and keep the knee straight. Breathe if it's really difficult, maybe slide the other heel away. If it's too much, you can always bring that foot back. Okay, so abdominals tight, we're lifting, and slowly back. Abdominals tight, we're lifting, slowly back. Again, and then the last time, and then can we slowly release? Give the legs a bit of a shake out, release. Good. Okay, well, just before we move on, let's do one more thing. So the semi-membranosus, if I get my teeth in, they go on the inside of the thigh. They act a bit like inner thigh muscles. Okay, we've got other ones like gracilis, adductor magnus, and so it's these ones we're going to try and stretch now. Okay, so the heels to the ceiling, again perpendicular, hands on the pelvis. Now we don't want to drop the leg away, we want to keep it here, and we want to go out to the side for as far as we can without the pelvis lifting. If the pelvis lifts, come back a bit. Okay, press out as far as you can, and then bend the knee and come back in. So straight knee, heel over hip, knee straight out to the side, and then bend. Okay, so as you probably remember, the muscles I was talking to you about, the hamstrings, the adductor muscles, they cross the knee. At least most of them do, because some adductors don't. Some of them do, and this is what we're trying to stretch, keeping the knees straight and in. Good, can we do one more? Now to keep, if you have trouble like keeping this angle and you always end up going away, maybe do this near a wall. You know, maybe put your foot up the wall and then on the wall go out to the side, and that keeps you at right angles at the hip. Okay, let's change for the other side. So straightening the knee, perpendicular, and then out to the side. Don't let the pelvis lift. Keep going, breathe, and to come in, bend the knee and come in. Good. Sorry if I'm closing my eyes a bit because the sun is shining. I'm not really complaining, but it's just dazzling me. It's excellent to see the sun today. You know, I've been wanting to see more sun all winter. Here it is. Now, can we do one more? And after our last one, can we come in and hug the knees together and have a gentle rock. Let's go back to this one, shall we? So arms overhead, breathe in. And now a general stretch for the hamstrings. Do they feel any easier? You know, maybe our hamstrings are very tight, we've got to keep going, stretching each side separately. And I think we did a belt class, didn't we, where we started to stretch those hamstrings separately as well, so you could do it that way as well. I'll probably do that again this term sometime if you can't remember that. But see if we can hold this one, breathe. And then bend the knees and hug the knees, have a gentle rock from side to side. So just the last thing before we come up, the feet together, and we're letting the knees drop to the side, palms together, arms overhead. So this is frog, and we're stretching the shorter adductors, the shorter inner thigh muscles. Now I said some cross the knees, some of them don't. You know, sartorius, gracilis, some of the other adductors, they don't cross the knee, and now we're stretching those. But what happens instead is we tend to arch the back, so we're trying to tighten the abs, send the back to the floor, let the hips open more. Okay, so if we're taking the time to stretch our muscles, you know, we need to try and do it as well as we can. Okay, so if you can't remember all the names and everything, don't worry, but try and understand, you know, where they are. You know, the inner thigh muscles, they start in the pelvis, usually around the pubic bone or sometimes around those sit bone areas, and they go down to the knee. So the further away the knee goes from the pelvis, the more we're going to get the stretch. And then we're coming back and hugging the knees in. Have a gentle rock. Well done. Thank you very much for watching, and if you really enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and join me back here for next time. Until then, much peace.